Howdy. This is the Gene Machine, coming at you live from the corner of my room. And today we're going to be taking a look at some ads from the game Rise of Empires: Fire and Ice. Now, I'm sure most of you are already familiar with these ads coming from the game, even if you need a refresher. That's because their ads are everywhere. Rise of Empires has made so many ads for their games, all of which are just downright terrible. So it's no surprise if you've come across one or two of them. So with that being said, let's move on over to the ads. So, like I said, this game has a ton of these kinds of ads, so what I'm going to do is just have all of the ads I gathered play one after the other rather than just repeating them. So anyway, the common theme you're going to see here with all these ads is this notion of starting from nothing and going all the way to having a functioning society by the end of it, which, to be fair, is exactly what the game is about. It's basically one of your run-of-the-mill town-building games. The issue, however, is how the game presents itself in these ads. Not one ad have I seen thus far from this game where they start in the actual starting location of the game. That being this area right here, an abandoned village. In the ads, they're usually stranded on an island or lost deep in the forest, etc. Now, you're probably wondering why they do that. Well, think to yourself, if you were to play a game that you would see yourself starting with nothing to building an entire kingdom, would you want to start out on an island, or would you want to start out in an already made, albeit destroyed, village? Of course, most of you are going to pick the island, as would I, because the idea of that leads to so many more possibilities. The guys working on these ads clearly realize that their in-game scenario isn't the most exciting, so what better way than to mislead your audience in the ads, right? Of course, this isn't the only shady and scummy thing this company is doing within their ads. A lot of these ads have this big header on top of it saying, "This game says no to pay to win," which, as you might have already guessed, is a flat-out lie. And that's not coming from me. I'm only saying this because some of the top reviews of the game's Google Play Store page are literally all about this game being pay to win. Another thing they use to mislead their audience, which is such a common trend in mobile game ads, is the misleading animations on models. What a lot of mobile game ads like to do, including these, is create animations purely for the ad that make the characters in said ad look expressive and alive, when in reality, the game has the characters looking as stiff as a brick. Now, these aren't the only kinds of ads this company makes. There's a ton of different styled ads that, as you might have guessed, lie even more about the game, with some making it look like a third-person shooter, some making it look like a massive war simulator, and so on. And while these ads are worse, considering they stray even further away from what the actual game is like, they're not the main focus for this video, only because when looking at their views on YouTube, it's clear that this company is pushing the island survival ads the most. With that being said, there is one more lie I want to mention. I would say arguably this is the biggest offense this company has made through their ads. Now, it's implied in most of their ads, however, it's downright mentioned in one specific ad. Of course, I'm talking about the name of the game, Rise of Empires. For those of you who are not aware, there's this big franchise of well-received games that's been going on since 1997, I believe. The games are called Age of Empires, and they are the exact same style of games as Rise of Empires. You know, the whole town building and kingdom cultivating kind of game. Now, if this was just a similar name kind of case, big deal then, right? It's scummy, but at the end of the day, who cares? Well, if that was the case, I wouldn't have mentioned it in this video. Like I said before, while it's mostly implied, it's straight up admitted in one of their ads. Sadly, I couldn't find the exact ad, though I was able to find this screenshot. In this ad, they straight up say, "The all-time classic has been reproduced." And I wouldn't say this is an implication. They know exactly what they're doing. There is no classic Rise of Empires, so they're obviously referencing Age of Empires. And with the names being so similar, it's clear this game is trying to capture those who are familiar with the Age of Empires franchise. Out of everything I've mentioned in this video, this is probably the most scummy tactic they use. I mean, this is the equivalent of, like those fake Fall Guys mobile games, where they make it as close to Fall Guys as possible so that the game can run off the back of Fall Guys' success. Overall, I would recommend you don't waste your time playing this game due to the countless number of misleads and straight up lies these ads showcase. And if you want to play a game like this, well, support Age of Empires instead. Anyway, hey, thanks for watching the video. Do you have an ad you'd like to see make it onto the video and or want to join an active community that shares the same feelings towards mobile game ads as you do? Feel free to join the Discord, link to which will be in the description down below, and feel free to follow me on Twitter and Twitch at Gene Machine 99. Also, I will not have these specific ads linked in the description, however, I will have the channel that all of these ads are hosted on in the description. There are like hundreds of these ads, I'm not even kidding. So if you want to torture yourself by watching them and possibly reporting a few, feel free to click the link down below in the description. And most importantly, I dream of this channel one day being an influence in the crackdown on mobile game ads. So if you want to help see that become a reality one day, be sure to subscribe. And with all that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay real.